Welcome to the MOTO Freak Channel. Greetings to all viewers, subscribers, supporters. So to the point. Low engine oil pressure is a critical issue that can lead to severe and costly engine damage if not addressed immediately. Here's a breakdown of its causes, symptoms, effects, typical repairs, costs, and general opinions. Causes of low engine oil pressure. Low oil pressure occurs when there isn't enough pressure to properly circulate oil throughout the engine, which is essential for lubrication and cooling. Common causes include low oil level, the most straightforward cause. If there isn't enough oil in the engine, the oil pump can't pick up and pressurize enough fluid. This can be due to oil leaks from gaskets, seals, oil pan, or even a loose oil filter. Oil consumption. Engines, especially older or high-mileage ones, can burn or consume oil over time. Infrequent oil changes, neglecting regular oil checks and top-ups. Incorrect oil viscosity, using oil that is too thin, lower viscosity than recommended, may not build sufficient pressure, while oil that is too thick, higher viscosity, can create resistance, hindering flow. Always use the manufacturer's recommended oil. Clogged oil filter. A dirty or clogged oil filter restricts oil flow, leading to a pressure drop. Many filters have a bypass valve that opens when clogged, allowing unfiltered oil to circulate, which is still harmful. Faulty oil pump. The oil pump is responsible for circulating and pressurizing the oil. If it's worn out, has a failing pressure relief valve, or has a clogged oil pickup tube, it won't be able to maintain adequate pressure. Worn engine bearings and components. Over time, engine components like bearings, piston rings, and other vital parts can wear down. This increases the clearances between moving parts, allowing oil to escape too easily and reducing pressure. Contaminated engine oil and sludge. Dirt, metal particles, or sludge from infrequent oil changes can alter oil viscosity, restrict flow, and clog oil passages, leading to a pressure drop. Faulty oil pressure sensor and switch. Sometimes, the problem isn't low oil pressure itself, but a malfunctioning sensor or switch that sends incorrect readings to the dashboard light or gauge. Open oil bypass valves. In some engines, if bypass valves, e.g. for cold starts, remain open when the engine is warm, it can lead to low oil pressure. Symptoms of low engine oil pressure. If you experience any of these symptoms, it's crucial to address the issue immediately. Illuminated oil pressure warning light. This is the most definitive sign. Most cars have a dashboard light, often red, resembling an oil can, that illuminates when oil pressure drops below a safe level. Increased engine noise. Lack of proper lubrication leads to metal-on-metal contact, causing unusual noises like ticking or tapping, often from the valve train, rattling, clunking or knocking, more severe, indicating bearing damage. Burning oil smell can indicate an oil leak where oil is dripping onto hot engine components. Smoke from the engine bay or exhaust. Blue or white smoke from the exhaust can indicate the engine is burning oil due to low oil levels or worn components. Smoke from the engine bay suggests a leak on a hot parts. Overheating engine. Oil also acts as a coolant. Insufficient oil circulation can lead to increased friction and heat buildup, causing the engine to overheat. Poor engine performance. Reduced lubrication increases friction, making the engine work harder, which can lead to a loss of power, poor acceleration, and decreased fuel economy. Visible oil leaks, puddles, or drips under your parked car. Effects of low engine oil pressure. Driving with low oil pressure, even for a short distance, can lead to catastrophic engine damage. Premature wear and tear. Lack of lubrication causes increased friction between moving parts, accelerating wear on critical components like bearings, camshafts, and piston rings. Overheating. Without sufficient oil to dissipate heat, the engine can quickly overheat, leading to warped cylinder heads, seized components, and blown head gaskets. Bearing failure. Engine bearings are vital for smooth rotation of the crankshaft and camshaft. Without proper lubrication, they can seize or fail completely, often requiring a full engine rebuild or replacement. Scratched cylinder walls. Reduced lubrication between piston rings and cylinder walls can cause scratching, leading to a loss of compression, increased oil consumption, and reduced power. Engine seizure. In severe cases, prolonged low oil pressure will cause the engine to seize, lock up entirely, rendering it inoperable and typically requiring a complete engine replacement. Damage to turbocharger bearings. If your vehicle has a turbocharger, low oil pressure can quickly damage its bearings due to inadequate lubrication, especially during cold starts. Repairing low engine oil pressure. The repair depends entirely on the root cause. Add and change oil. If the oil level is simply low or the oil is old and contaminated, topping it off with the correct viscosity oil or performing an oil and filter change may resolve the issue. Fix oil leaks. Locating and repairing the source of the leak, e.g., replacing gaskets, seals, or the oil pan. Replace oil filter. A clogged oil filter is a relatively inexpensive fix. Replace oil pressure sensor and switch. If the sensor is faulty and providing inaccurate readings, replacing it will fix the false warning. Replace oil pump. If the oil pump is failing, it needs to be replaced. This could be a more involved repair, as the pump is often located within the engine, e.g., behind the timing cover or in the oil pan. Engine flush. If sludge buildup is restricting oil flow, an engine flush might be recommended, but this should be done cautiously and preferably by a professional. Internal engine repair and rebuild and replacement. If worn bearings or other internal components are the cause, this is the most extensive and expensive repair, potentially involving an engine rebuild or complete engine replacement. Cost of repair. The cost varies significantly based on the cause and the vehicle's make and model. Adding oil, $5 to $15 for a quart of oil. Oil and filter change, $30 to $80 DIY, to $50 to $150 professional. Oil pressure sensor and switch replacement, $100 to $400 parts and labor. Oil leak repair, $80 to $500 plus, depending on the location and severity of the leak, e.g., a simple gasket replacement versus a complex seal replacement. Oil pump replacement. This can be costly due to labor. Parts can range from $50 to $500, but labor can be $300 to $2,500 plus, depending on accessibility and the complexity of the job. Total cost could be $400 to $3,000 plus. Engine rebuild and replacement. If low oil pressure leads to major internal damage, e.g., seized engine due to bearing failure, cost can be thousands of euros, often $3,000 to $8,000 or more, depending on the extent of damage, type of engine, and whether you opt for a new, remanufactured, or used engine. Opinions on low engine oil pressure. Automotive experts and enthusiasts universally agree. Low engine oil pressure is an emergency and should never be ignored. Immediate action is crucial. If the oil pressure warning light comes on, especially while driving, you should safely pull over and shut off the engine immediately. Continuing to drive can cause irreversible damage in minutes. Don't drive with the light on. Even if the light flickers, it's a serious warning. The idiot light typically comes on when pressure is already dangerously low. Regular maintenance is key. The best way to prevent low oil pressure is through consistent maintenance, including checking your oil level regularly, at least once a month, following the manufacturer's recommended oil change intervals, and using the correct oil viscosity, addressing any oil leaks promptly. Professional diagnosis. While simple causes like low oil level can be checked by the owner, a persistent low oil pressure warning or unusual engine noises require immediate professional diagnosis to identify the exact cause and prevent further damage. Cost versus risk. Attempting to ignore or delay repair for low oil pressure might seem to save money in the short term, but almost always leads to significantly higher repair costs down the line, often resulting in engine replacement. In summary, low engine oil pressure is a critical indicator of a problem that needs immediate attention. Prompt diagnosis and repair are essential to prevent minor issues from escalating into catastrophic and expensive engine failure. Thank you for watching the video, and I invite you to subscribe to the MOTO Freak channel. Greetings to everyone, and see you in the next episode. See you soon.